Hello there, welcome to my video blog. I want to talk today about the classes or fitness classes. Now, in particular the UBC, of course that's what my main goal is making sure that your UBC is running successfully, but also just fitness kickboxing in general. And what I want to talk about today is what I call polarizing classes. Now, in developing the UBC and the class structures that we recommend for you, we really want to have class structures that anybody and everybody can participate in. In other words, they can be in great shape and still set a fast pace and get that great workout in, and then somebody who's never trained before can come in and participate in the class and have an enjoyable experience. And that was one thing, the kickboxing classes in the UBC have truly lasted the test of time. It's still what we call our level 1 training in our facility for those who go into the UBC or somebody who just wants to kickbox, because anybody can do it. Now, we have developed through the UBC level 2 training and then moving on to level 3 training. And now this is where sometimes you can have some challenges. Now, what do I consider level 2? I'm talking predominantly about the exercise elements of the class. In other words, physically getting stronger and harder. And just moving into that type of programming where the class is just kind of a little more physically demanding, that in itself is somewhat polarizing. Again, what do I mean by polarizing? I mean that some people are going to like it a lot and some people aren't. So when the classes start getting more challenging physically, there's of course going to be some people who just can't do it because they're just not physically able. And that's another reason why that level 1s is our predominant class, because we want everybody being able to get something out of the class. But nothing wrong with level 2s, nothing wrong with having harder classes, and whatever you want to call it, that are designed for people who've trained with you for a while, who are looking for something more, or just really want to challenge themselves. What I'm talking about is not so much the class structure, well maybe it is the class structure, but the instructor themselves. Back in the day when I used to do a lot of touring and teaching, people how to teach classes, there was always that instructor that went around and high-fived everybody and was just this giddy, happy, high-fiving person. And that type of class, that type of person is polarizing. And what do I mean? Well, there's a lot of people, yahoo! Loving it, but there's going to be 2 or 3 people, and me being one of them is like, I'm not here to rah-rah, I'm here to work out, so please leave me alone. And if it goes on and on and on, I'm not coming back to that class. Even though if I like the workout and the instructor makes me have to high-five everybody, I'm not training. And that's what I mean polarizing. That instructor is going to have a ton of people. You are the best instructor, your class is always so much fun. But on the far end, and they're the ones you don't hear from because they're the ones who just don't come back, there are people going, I just can't stand that stuff. And I'd be one of them. Like instructors that will all of a sudden just walk in one day and change the entire structure of a class. Or an instructor that will then decide today that if you try to take a break or you want to take a break, you have to do push-ups or you have to be punished in some way. And again, some people really like that. I love the newness and there's always something going on. But if you're doing those type of classes where there's kind of the whim of the instructor, today we're just going to kill the legs, as opposed to having the student be able to count on something. Again, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to love it, and you're going to have some people that are not, and that's why there's a balance. I know this predominantly because when Joe Lewis passed away, and of course I was going through my own kind of mourning, and I kind of in my level 2 classes started to teach too much of the Joe Lewis stuff. Understanding these are fitness students that want to get a great workout in, and I'm talking about stepping in and sidestepping and weapon first and lateral movement and all these things, indirect angular attack. And yeah, of course, there are some people in there who came to me and thought it was the greatest thing ever. But then through the grapevine, I'm hearing more and more people saying, well, if we were learning it all the time, but I'm just getting confused and I can't get my workout in. So again, polarizing. So, it's like vanilla. Who doesn't like vanilla? It's not everybody's favorite flavor, but who doesn't like it? And that's kind of, if I was to say what you're looking for in your classes, have a class structure that your students can count on, at least a basic class structure, that when they come in, it's not going to completely change at the whim of the instructor. That's, in my opinion, a huge mistake. I wouldn't give that much power to your instructors. And number 2 is making sure that if an instructor is going to do something, that singles people out or punishes people for doing one thing or another, make it a group thing. It's one thing you can call and say practically anything to a group, and they won't take it personally because it's not them. But if you make a person because they had to go to the bathroom, do a push-up or something along those lines, if they're not kept in pace, or you decide to come and just turn the air conditioning off that day, you know, you're going to alienate people and you're going to lose students. Yes, again, you're going to have a lot of those people who think this is the greatest thing ever, but then you're going to have those fringes. Those people are just not going to go away, or who are going to go away, just like the high five. You can't stand that. Just like the guy that wanted to work out in, didn't want to be talking about the Joe Louis fighting stuff. So vanilla, harsh training session, good structure. Vanilla doesn't mean have to be easy. It's just when you're teaching your classes and your instructors are teaching the classes, ask yourself, is this a polarizing class? Is this a polarizing move? Is this a polarizing approach to this class? And again, what does it mean polarizing? If you have way too many on one side screaming and yelling how wonderful this class is because of these extreme measures, realize, you know, it's all the yin and the yang. You got the other ones on the other side, and they're the ones you're going to lose, and you don't want to lose students. All right, this is Jim Graden. Hope this helps in your structure of your class. If you have any comments or questions, please look me up on Facebook. I'd love to talk to you. And also, you can always email me at jimgraden@yahoo.com. All right, take care. Bye.